Imagine you're building a house where the plumbing, wiring, and walls are all mixed together. You can't fix one without breaking another. That is what code looks like without architecture. Today we will be comparing three popular ways to structure a .NET application using N-tier, clean architecture, and onion architecture. My name is Brugin and welcome to .NET Mastery. If you are new to the channel, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. That way you are always notified of the new videos. Now before we dive in, architecture is the blueprint for where your code lives and how the pieces communicate with each other. That's it. Don't let the fancy words intimidate you. Let's start with the classic N-tier architecture. This will probably be the first structure you will see when you open a beginner .NET tutorial. N-tier means you split your application into layers and each layer talks only to the one directly below it. Think of it like a layered cake. And I also want to point out that N-tier architecture is one of the most commonly used architecture in .NET application. Now you might be wondering that why is it called N-tier and not 2-tier, 3-tier or 4-tier? That is because the number of layers isn't fixed. The N is just a placeholder for any number. Some application uses 3 layers, some uses 4, and some uses 5. The pattern is the same. Stack your layers. Each one talks to the one below, but you can add or remove tiers depending on how complex your application is. So N-tier really means however many tiers you want. Now 3-layer is the classic version. Typically you will have 3 different projects in a .NET solution. Like here you can see we will have one presentation, one business logic, and one for data access. Presentation talks to business logic and business logic talks to the database, simple and direct. Now if you have a 4-layer, then they might also add a service layer between presentation and business logic, and this acts as a middleman that coordinates between multiple business services, useful for when you have several front-end applications like web app, mobile app, and API, all requiring the same entry point. But to summarize things here, 3-layer is for simple application, 4-layer is typically when your application layer starts getting too small and it is doing too much for coordination. For this example, we will consider the simple 3-tier architecture, and I have a sample solution right here. You can see the application here has 3 projects. It has my app.web project for the presentation layer. That's where your controllers and views live. Then we have my app.business layer for all the services and business rules. And my app.data layer for repositories and database context. Now this is great and it is simple to understand. But here is where it starts to hurt as your application grows. In N-tier, the layer above always knows about the layer below. Your business logic knows about the database. So what happens if you want to switch from SQL Server to MongoDB? Or maybe you want to swap your email provider. You might have to rewrite everything that depends on it. And the testing in these cases becomes too painful. Because to test your business logic, you often end up dragging the whole data layer along with that. That is the core problem that N-tier doesn't solve. Tight coupling between multiple layers. And that is where the clean architecture comes into picture. This is a concept that has been introduced by Robert C. Martin, also known as Uncle Bob, which was designed to fix the exact problem that we saw. The core idea is simple. Flip the dependency rule. Instead of dependencies pointing downwards, like in the N-tier, in clean architecture all the dependencies point inwards towards the center. Think of it like a dartboard. Your solution now has 4 projects. Domain at the center, that's the bullseye, application wrapping around it, and then infrastructure and presentation are on the outside. But with clean architecture, the solution will look little different. Let me show you here. You will see we have the main domain where we have the entities, and inside there we also have the repository interface. We do not have the implementation in the domain layer. The implementation will be inside infrastructure layer, where you can see we have the DB context and we have the product repository, which implements the iProduct repository interface. Domain will define what it needs. It will say I need something that can get me the products, but it has absolutely no idea on how that is done. Infrastructure will fulfill that contract at runtime. If you want to move away from SQL Server, you only have to change the infrastructure because domain doesn't care about that. If you want to write a unit test for your business logic without a real database, that's easy. Just pass in a fake implementation of iProduct repository. No database is required. That is the power of depending on abstraction instead of concrete implementation. Now, one thing that you should always remember is when you work with clean architecture, the application and presentation, they are both like peers and they share the outer layer, and inside there is application. But with this folder structure, you will get a rough understanding of how files and folders are organized within a .NET application using clean architecture. In presentation, we have the controllers and program.cs, that is the main MVC application. In infrastructure, you can see we have the DB context, we have the repository, and any external service implementation. Then in the application, we have all the use cases, we have DTOs, and we have the mapping profile. Then in the domain, we have the entities, and the validation for entities will be inside the entities itself. So that gives you a brief understanding of clean architecture. Then next we have something called as onion architecture. Onion is best understood as clean architecture with more explicit naming for the inner rings. If clean architecture says dependency point inwards, onion architecture says that here are the exact named rings that you should use and what belongs in each one. The big difference is this. In clean architecture, domain is one ring. In onion, that domain ring gets split into two. We will have a domain model, which will be pure entities like product.cs, order.cs, no logic, no dependencies, nothing like that. And then we will have domain service that wraps around domain. That is where your interface and business rules lives, like iProduct repositories, discount calculator, or anything related to the domain. Clean basically says that dependencies point inwards and onion says dependency point inwards, and here are the exact named layers, that is domain model and domain services are two separate things. In practice, both of them are trying to achieve the same goal. You will often hear developers use the terms interchangeably. The deeper you go, larger teams, more complex domain, the more value you get from onion's explicit naming. To give you a sample folder structure here, you will notice we have the solution and then we have a domain model which has pure entities, and we also have my onion app.domain services where we will have the interfaces as well as any rules that are related to the domain model. The other thing in the application remains the same. Again, here we will have the repository interface in the domain service and implementation inside the infrastructure. The web project here is basically the presentation layer, and then we have the infrastructure and application services. If I have to organize both of them side by side in a layer architecture, presentation and infrastructure will be at the top layer and they are like peers. Then we have the application, and the final difference will come in clean architecture. We will just have the domain, but in onion, we will have domain services, and inside there, we will have the domain models. Now here is something that confuses almost every beginner when they see a clean architecture diagram, and I want to clear it up before we wrap up. You can see the arrow curving inwards towards the domain. A lot of people assume those arrows should have a request travel through the application. Like a user clicks a button and the request flows inwards. That is not what they mean. Those arrows mean something much simpler. It basically says which project knows about which other project, and that's it. In your solution, infrastructure has a reference to the application, application has a reference to domain, and domain has absolutely no reference. Those arrows are just showing those references, the ones that you will see in the .cs project file. So what actually happens when a user makes a request? When a user clicks a button, the controller handles it and calls a service. The service applies some domain rules, and then the repository saves or fetches data from the database. The result comes back up in the same chain. So the request follows through all the layers. The arrow in the diagram just tells you which layers are allowed to talk to which layer. Here is the clever bit. This is where dependency injection comes in. Domain defines an interface that is the iProduct repository. It is basically saying, I need something that can save and fetch products, but I don't care how. Infrastructure then provides the real implementation that will be inside product repository, which actually talks to the SQL server. So domain never references infrastructure, but at runtime, it gets the real implementation handed to it automatically. So I hope that gives you a brief understanding of how everything comes together. Let's do a quick comparison before we wrap up. Antier is low complexity, hard to test, painful to swap dependencies, and great for small to medium scale architecture because the learning curve is very minimal. Clean architecture has medium complexity, easy to test, easy to swap anything, and works for most real-world applications. Onion architecture is slightly more complex, same testability as clean, great for large team who needs stricter rules about where things belong. As a beginner, I will always start with Antier architecture, build something with it, feel the pain of when you try to test and realize you cannot mock the database. But if testing is not really implemented in the application, I do not see any reason why you should switch to clean architecture or onion architecture if you do not feel any pain and your current application is working fine. Because ultimately, when you demo a project or when you build a website, the success does not depend on which architecture you are using, but it depends on what works for your business scenarios. So avoid going with the fancy terms just because you know how to use that. Try to see which architecture fits your business requirements and your business goals. I hope this gives you a brief understanding and a quick understanding on differences between Antier, clean architecture, and onion architecture. If you liked the video, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps the channel. And also leave a comment and let me know which architecture you are using in your production application. I will see you guys in some other video. Till then, happy coding!